So, today is day 11 of class and we just finished at 6:30. We're really just going to university every day, is that kind of feeling. It's really not a spiritual retreat where you hold hands and sing kumbaya. This is super intensive and we just had a whole day, pretty much a whole day workshop on inner child. I really learned how to be there for the child in me. Even though I'm clearly an adult, there's still that inner child that wants to be loved, to be seen, to play and have fun. A lot of times I neglect that side of me to do all of these adult things. The only way I can describe it is that just doing the adult things makes me feel unfulfilled. Like I'm not happy just being an adult. So what is going on? What is the missing piece? And I think part of it is definitely feeding that side of me that wants to be loved like a child and to be like a child. I'm gonna focus more on expressing and being myself and doing things that the inner child wants to do, such as having fun. So today's class homework actually is to do something fun for the inner child. So let's see. Maybe I'll have some good food and ice cream at home to feed my inner child later. I made myself a plate of my leftovers from all of the things that I really don't normally eat, like fries and fried chicken. It's, I think, my way of also taking care of my inner child and having more fun with the food that I eat. Yeah, this plate of food just really makes my inner child feel seen and have fun with food, and it's okay to have junk food once in a while. I guess I just want to chat a little bit more about the class that we had today, which is inner child work. And we did so much interesting, energetic work to connect with our inner child, ways of connecting to what our inner child wants to say to us and what the child that we once were at 7 years old, for instance, felt and said and wanted to express but could not at that time. It was one of the most, well, actually every day has been really powerful, but inner child work was so real and so powerful in such a profound way. I am really not sure at which point in my life did I start to drift away from my inner child. I definitely had one of those experiences where I grew up too quickly, and over the years I've done a lot of inner work to forgive myself, forgive the child, and also forgive my parents for what they did or did not do, because truly they did the best that they thought that it could be. And that is enough. That is really, really enough. And I appreciate everything that they have done and sacrificed for my life. And I don't say that lightly at all. At this point of my process, I think I am just honoring the feelings of the inner child, in that, yes, she felt hurt. Yes, she was uncomfortable. Yes, there were times where she felt shame, blame, abused, and it's part of her experience, and I don't want to justify or make excuses or try to reason whether that was a good or a bad thing or whether I should or should not feel that way. I just did feel that way, and it's okay. The justifying and the rationalizing, I think, really makes one just hold back from really going deep in one's healing process. And I think the point also is not to stay wounded and not to take on the identity of the victim or the abused. It's also to let go of that and know that you are whole and complete as a person, and you are not the abused person, and you don't have to carry that as a chip on your shoulder for the rest of your life. today I think I had a really major breakthrough as well in terms of connecting with my inner child. I am someone who has a really difficult time just having fun and enjoying life and not working all the time. Even now, like this conversation with my camera, with anyone who is watching, in the past I would feel that this is work, that I am not just having my meal but having to do this extra thing that I am piling on my plate. But now I just feel like, you know, all parts of me are here with me. Even my inner child feels connected to this experience, and I don't feel like this is purely work, because my inner child is also having fun, sharing and talking and being seen and being heard and being herself in all ways. And I feel so empowered. I don't think I would have ever been courageous enough to show up on the camera so soon. I was really thinking that only like maybe 2 years later or 1 year later that I would show up on camera. I thought I wanted to just make a lot more videos before I did that, but just being at this retreat has given me so much courage to be myself and to know that I don't need to be anything else to be loved and to be valued. This present moment version of me is good enough. I don't need to be rich, successful, approved, famous, or anything to be seen. You know, I can be seen where I'm at, and where I'm at is not perfect at all. And I just feel more acceptance, or should I say a deep sense of acceptance for this current state of being that I am at. I don't know how the other YouTubers talk and eat at the same time, because I'm clearly not doing that. So let me get back to my food and enjoy this special moment with my inner child. How are you feeling today?
I honestly am a bit tired.
Yeah.
I feel like I slept deeply. I went to bed pretty early, I think. But I had really intense dreams, and I woke up like I was sleeping with my mouth open. I don't know. Like I felt really tired when I woke up, and still now I feel like I'm a bit sleepy.
Yeah.
Like intense, you know, like when something's heavy. But I think I'm managing.
But we had an intense day yesterday.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
true. The inner work was really strong.
Yeah.
Evening hike.
I know I really want to do that too. Well, we can set the intention for it. We've arrived at our retreat center, and for obvious reasons I'm not gonna film, so I'll see you guys later. Good morning. I didn't get to vlog last night because I was so sad. I was just so triggered by yesterday's class. It was a pretty deep class for me, and I was very emotional and quite unable to function. Actually, I wasn't able to function. It was pretty bad, and I just couldn't bring myself to vlog last night. But it was a really important lesson about stating my needs and being okay with the person that I am and what I want to offer to the world and what I need from the world. It was a difficult lesson to learn because as a child, I always put my mom's needs above my own. It caused so much conflict because I could never last, because nobody can live with just giving up their needs. So it will always end up in conflict with my mom, where I would end up exploding because I needed something and I would insist on it so much that she and I would have a huge fight. Over time, I just became so numb to all of these emotions because I didn't know how to deal with it. Yesterday's class was a huge lesson on how to listen to that voice inside of me that has been screaming for so long, to be heard, to be seen. And yeah, it still kind of feels a little bit weird today because I'm still healing for sure, but I am gonna practice. I think it also does take practice and time to constantly show up for my needs and to not lock them in the downstairs basement anymore. And the more I lock them in the downstairs basement, the more they become the monsters and the shadows in my life, and that's not where I want my needs to be, right? I want my needs to be with me in my everyday life. So I think today we'll really be focusing on just paying attention to what little to big needs I have throughout the day and honoring them. The sun is so nice, look at the sun behind us. I just made myself a really quick microwave meal. I don't really cook in Singapore and I'm not really challenging myself to cook here. That's not one of the challenges I'm taking up. And yeah, really relying on frozen microwave meals here for quick, simple ones. Today's class was pretty intense yet again. And the biggest process for me today was dealing with my anger. We went through several anger works in helping us to feel our anger and express it. I had a really hard time being present with my anger and simply being okay with expressing it. I was controlling myself a lot and not really just letting the raw emotion of anger be seen. I recall how so many times, in direct and also indirect ways, I was being told that good girls don't get angry, and for boys, it's boys don't cry. So in wanting to play the good girl, I always tried to be nice, to control my anger, to tolerate a lot of nonsense in my life. And I realized that by not expressing my anger and not having even healthy conflicts with people, I wasn't allowing relationships to deepen, because you can't have a relationship with a person that's just built on all things nice and sugary and positive. It's only natural for a relationship to have its downs. And can I really consider anger as a down part of the relationship if it is a healthy expression of it? I don't think so. And I know this knowledge. I am aware of it, but practicing it in real life is really difficult for me because I just get so scared of offending someone or making them feel uncomfortable with my anger. And all that happens is that nobody knows what I want and what I need. I instead exert the force of anger on myself, and it's very detrimental to my well-being and my own happiness in general. Also, by not expressing my anger, it has made me lose a lot of relationships. I realized people don't get me and they don't want to be in a deeper space with me because it's almost like there's nothing more about this person, so like you come into a relationship with someone and you just hit a brick wall where you know that they are not willing to go any further with you. If you don't know what that is and you're not fully invested in this person, there's no reason to go any further. And that was me. I had this brick wall up of not wanting to have conflict and anger and just wanting to play nice. And people, I guess, would find themselves at that brick wall and not have a chance to go deeper with me, and that's just boring in terms of relationships. So there was a part deep down inside of me that I was so ready to let go of the control around anger. I'm so done playing small in my life, both in terms of small, in terms of my anger, small in terms of how much love and happiness and joy or sadness or grief or every emotion that I want to share with the world, because all of them are parts of me and all of them are valid. And when I reject a part of myself, it also means that I reject a part of that in another person, and that is not the kind of impact that I want to leave on the world. I really believe in how healing and how powerful it is when we can accept each other for who we are, and when we can see each other for who we are. At this point, because I feel like, even though like I'm an adult, but my emotion of anger is very underdeveloped, I know I'm gonna make mistakes. Like, I know I'm gonna express it in ways that would be not so healthy. I don't want to let the fear of making that mistake be the thing that holds me back anymore. Yeah, this was the biggest lesson today, which was very enlightening and very, very thought-provoking. I still have so much to process and feel, not just think about, but also feel about. Yeah, I'm gonna continue having dinner and sitting with these emotions and finish my night.